So hi future officers, welcome to EduTap and welcome to another important session of the CT 360 series in which we cover the GA and ESI current affairs from the exam point of view. I believe that your preparations are really going well for your upcoming exams, and my dear friends, in this session we will be covering the most important topics that were there in the news, and today we will be covering the news articles for 8th to 9th of March 2024. And once again today with me we have a very important scheme, that is the Unnati scheme, एक नई दिशा उन्नत भारत की ओर। और ये कैसी है ये नई दिशा, we will be discussing that in our upcoming slides. So guys, once again a warm welcome to all of you in the today's CT 360 series session. If I am audible and visible to all of you, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box so that we can begin this particular session. So good evening Rashmi, Mrunal, Motiranjan, Saurish, Vrishali, all the people, a warm welcome to all of you. As I can see here that yes, people have given me the responses, so it's a good time to start with this particular session. So guys, we have so many topics to discuss in our today's session, like we have the Unnat scheme, we have Measles and Rubella Champion Award, National Creator Awards, International Women's Day, we all know it was being celebrated yesterday only. Then we have Subash, Abhinandan. So in सभी topics को हम डिटेल में डिस्कवर करने वाले हैं, and let's start with the very first topic which is relevant for both phase 1 and the phase 2 of this exam, that is the Unnati scheme. So my dear friends, let me tell you that I will be giving you all the important information about the Unnati scheme with the help of a character that I have named, that is Vikas. Vikas, you all know, that is the development. So guys, Vikas is a youth just like you, and he wants to basically set up a industrial unit in his place. Let me tell you that Vikas is basically from the northeastern region of the country, where he sees that yes, there is a lot of industrial employment potential in the northeastern region of the country, but still there is not that much of the development, and government is not having such kind of initiatives to induce that particular development in this particular region of the country. And my dear friends, that's why, so Vikas just thought that why not let me write a letter to the PM Modi ji explaining the situation of the northeastern region of the country, and to make him aware that yes, these are basically the situation in the northeastern region of the country, and I want to set up an industrial unit. My friends is also having such kind of industrial units already there, and they want to expand it. So PM Modi ji has done the analysis of the overall situation which is there in the northeastern region of the country, and he decided that yes, let's take a very important step for the development of the northeastern region. And my dear friends, he came up with the initiative that is Unnati. तो विकास ने अपने रीजन की, दैट इज नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न रीजन की उन्नति के लिए जो लेटर लिखा था पीएम मोदी जी को, तो उन्होंने जवाब दिया है उसका उन्नति स्कीम से. एंड दैट उन्नति स्कीम इज बेसिकली उत्तर पूर्व Transformative Industrialization Scheme 2024. Guys, Uttar Purv means northeast. So basically this is the scheme which has been launched by the government of India recently. And my dear friends, let me tell you that ये जो PM मोदी जी ने ये जवाब दिया है विकास को, उन्होंने कहा that with this particular scheme we will be having the development of industries, and along with the development of industries, this will also focus on the generation of employment in the northeastern region. As promised to Vikas, that is basically the development of that particular area. उसके लिए development हम करेंगे industries की, that will also lead to the generation of employment in the state of northeastern region. So as we all know that the northeastern states basically lacks of funds. So that's why the government of India decided that we are not going to burden the northeastern states by launching a kind of centrally sponsored scheme. That's why we will be owning the whole responsibility of this scheme, and that's why this scheme is a central sector scheme. And मोदी जी ने पूरा विश्वास दिलाया विकास जी को कि भाई देखिए, in the next 10 years, I will be changing the whole landscape of the northeastern region. And that is why the timeline for this particular scheme is of the 10 years from the date of the notification. And this scheme will be applicable till 31st of March 2034. ठीक है जी? So guys, we all know that whenever we are talking about the development always comes at a cost. And that cost for this particular scheme is 10,037 crore rupees. These are the points that I'm highlighting here that you are really required to remember from the exam point of view. Okay guys, तो दिस इज बेसिकली द फाइनेंशियल आउटले एंड वी ऑल नो गाइस दैट व्हेनेवर सच काइंड ऑफ स्कीम इज बीन लॉन्च्ड, तो इस स्कीम के अंदर जैसा कि हमने कहा कि डेवलपमेंट की जाएगी इंडस्ट्रीज की, तो कैसे करेंगे? बाय सपोर्टिंग देम. What kind of support will be given? They will be provided incentives. They will be given the interest subvention on setting up those units. And that is why, guys, there are two components of this financial outlay. One is the part A, in which the incentives will be given, and for that part we are having a total cost of 9737 crores, and the part B is for the institutional arrangement, ताकि सारे arrangements किए जा सके, and for that we are having a amount of 300 crore rupees. Now when we talk about the part A of it, so part A के अंदर भी हमारी दो चीजें हैं कि फंड्स को हम किस तरीके से डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे. एंड व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट दोस फंड्स, तो 60% जो आउटले होगा वो बेसिकली 8 नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स के लिए निकाला गया है. एंड व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द रिमेनिंग 40%, इट विल बी गिवन ऑन फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट बेसिस. तो ये चीजें आपको याद रखनी है, ये परसेंटेजेस काफी जरूरी हैं आप सभी के लिए टू कवर फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. I hope that till now this particular scheme is very much clear to you. And now guys, let's move on to the next part of the scheme. So just like विकास की तरह ही विकास के कुछ और भी friends, as I mentioned you in the letter, that yes, he is having some more friends who is already having their industrial units and they want to expand. विकास wants to set up this particular part. तो उन्हीं चीजों को देखते हुए गवर्नमेंट ने टारगेट लगाया कि we will be having almost 2180 applicants under this particular scheme in the upcoming part of the year, and this is collectively going to generate 83,000 direct employment in the northeastern region of the country, and that's how we are going to achieve the objective of the development of the northeastern region. I hope this point is clear. So अब मोदी जी ने विकास जी को कहा guys that मोदी जी told विकास that see, my work is done now, but now you are also having some responsibilities. Just like you guys, you are waiting for example, you are targeting the RBI Grade B officer exam. So RBI Grade B, also Reserve Bank of India comes up with the RBI Grade B officer notification, and there is always a timeline for you to get yourself registered for that particular notification. Similarly, Vikas is also having the target. विकास को टारगेट दिया गया कि 31 मार्च 2026 तक आपको रजिस्टर करा लेना है अंडर दिस पर्टिकुलर स्कीम. एंड गाइस, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट, अब जब आप अपनी नोटिफिकेशन को फिल करते हैं, रजिस्टर करते हैं खुद को एग्जाम के लिए, तो आपके पास क्या आता है? एडमिट कार्ड आता है. तो सिमिलरली हमने कहा कि इस स्कीम के अंदर क्या मिलेगा? इस स्कीम के अंदर मिलेगा इंसेंटिव, इंटरेस्ट सबवेंशन. उसके लिए ग्रांट रजिस्ट्रेशन का मिलना बहुत जरूरी है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई दिस ग्रांट ऑफ रजिस्ट्रेशन विल बी डन by 31st of March 2027. So these dates are really very important, and I believe that this is really a right way to understand that yes, how exactly we can understand these key features of this particular scheme. ठीक है जी. Now there is another important target, as they are supporting all the new units as well as the existing units, and this is going to basically generate 83,000 direct employment in the northeastern region. So my dear friends, let me tell you that they are also having a target that आपने industrial unit को setup तो किया, but production भी start करनी है, and that production should be within 4 years from the grant of registration. That means जब आपको registration मिल गया है, उसके बाद within 4 years you have to start your production as well. So another important slide for this particular scheme. Now moving on to the next part. Now as these conditions are very much clear to Vikas as well, and I hope these conditions are very clear to you as well. So Vikas ji ने पूछा कि अब किस तरीके से हम डेवलपमेंट करेंगे? How will this development take place? So what exactly will be the way? Because there are already some districts where there are industrial units, and there are some districts where there are no industrial units. So for that, Modi ji has given the answer that we will be dividing these districts into the 2 zones. We will be having zone A, which are industrially advanced districts. Then we have zone B, which are industrially backward districts. And on the basis of that only, we will be providing the grants, and we will be providing the incentives and the interest subvention. So all the new industrial units and expanding units will be eligible for receiving the incentives under the Unnati scheme. So what exactly will be the further criteria of providing the incentives and the grants? So let us first discuss for the zone A. ठीक है, तो यहां पर हम देख लेते हैं कि 2 कंडीशंस हैं. First of all, where GST is applicable, and the second is where GST is not applicable. So capital investment incentive provide किया जाएगा. तो सबसे पहले understand करना है कि ये incentive क्या है. Incentive is basically a kind of reward or the benefit or the tax relief which is being provided to induce a certain behavior among the businesses. और जब हम बात करते हैं capital investment की, तो it is basically the incentive which is given on the machinery, on the plant, on the construction of the building, on the construction of the whole unit. So these are basically the different capital investments जिसके ऊपर incentive provide किए जाएंगे under this particular scheme. ठीक है, तो अगर हम बात करते हैं capital investment incentive की for both new and expanding units, तो zone A के अंदर up to 30% of the eligible value of investment 5 करोड़ की कैप के साथ ये इंसेंटिव दिया जाएगा. ठीक है, जोन बी के अंदर हम बात करें, देयर इज अ कैप ऑफ ₹7.5 करोड़ on the incentive on the investment in the plant and machinery, construction of building and the durable physical assets, और ये होगा 50% of the eligible value. आप देख सकते हो कि हम जोन बी को ज्यादा प्रमोट कर रहे हैं बिकॉज दे आर इंडस्ट्रियली बैकवर्ड डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स. आप देख सकते हैं कि ये जो वैल्यूज हैं they are higher for the industrially backward districts and lower for the industrially advanced districts. ठीक है, similarly central capital interest subvention की बात की जाए तो for zone A there will be 3% interest subvention for a period of 7 years, and for the zone B there will be 5% interest subvention offered for the 7 years. And let me tell you guys that अगर आपने इतना पार्ट याद कर लिया it will be very easy for you because the details, the conditions are exactly the same for where GST is not applicable. You can see here in the case of interest subvention 3% is there for the zone A for the 7 years, and for zone B it is 5% once again for a period of 7 years for which it will be given. Now guys, when we talk about the capital investment incentive where the GST is not applicable, you can see here that for zone A we are having 30% and the cap is of ₹10 crore, and in the zone B जो कि industrially backward districts हैं, there is 50% of eligible value of investment with the cap of ₹10 crore for these particular units. And these are the most important things that we are really required to remember from the exam point of view. So guys, यहाँ पर एक और important चीज है, the manufacturing and services linked incentive, जिसके लिए zone A के अंदर 75% of eligible value of investment, and for the zone B it will be 100% of the eligible value of investment. Now one question must be coming out in your mind, and that particular question is that what exactly is the maximum incentive that can be given. तो maximum incentive कितना होगा? The maximum eligible benefit to one unit from all components of the scheme is ₹250 crore. I am marking the star here guys, a very important point. So what is the maximum a benefit that can be attained by that unit? That is ₹250 crore. That is the most important thing that we are required to cover. So I hope this is clear to all of you. Now there comes another important point, that how exactly this scheme will be implemented. इसको implement कैसे किया जाएगा? सबसे पहले important चीज, it will be implemented by DPIIT, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, जो कि Ministry of Commerce के अंडर काम करती है. ठीक है, और ये बाकी स्टेट्स के साथ कोऑपरेट करेगी, and then this particular scheme will be implemented. Further implementation के लिए they have decided to have 3 different committees. और वो कौन सी committees हैं? We are having the steering committee. तो steering committee जो कि responsible होगी for the interpretation of the scheme within the overall financial outlay, और जितने भी guidelines हैं, the detailed guidelines for execution of this scheme will be done by this steering committee only. Then comes the role of the state level committee. So we have 3 committees: steering committee, स्टेट लेवल कमेटी एंड द सेक्रेटरी लेवल कमेटी. तो स्टेट लेवल कमेटी किसके लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल होगा? दे विल बी मॉनिटरिंग द इंप्लीमेंटेशन. वो चेक्स एंड बैलेंसेस पे ध्यान देंगे. दे विल बी एंश्योरिंग ट्रांसपेरेंसी एंड एफिशिएंसी, एंड दैट्स हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू टैप द industrial potential of the northeastern region of our country. ठीक है जी. तो next is the secretary level committee. You can just go through that part on your own. There is not much kind of information for that particular part. So I believe that yes, this particular scheme is very much clear to all of you. If you have just liked this way of covering the scheme, guys, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box that yes, this scheme is clear to you. I am waiting for your responses. Is this scheme clear to all of you? Okay, so I am getting the responses from the people. That's really great that yes, it is clear. So let's move on to the next important news article of the today's session. And now we will be covering those news articles which are relevant for both, which are relevant for only phase 1 of the exam. ठीक है जी? तो यहाँ पर सबसे पहली न्यूज है आपके लिए that India has received the Measles and Rubella Champion Award. तो इंडिया ने in the recent part have taken so many efforts. Even the MR vaccine has basically been made the part of the universal immunization program. ठीक है, तो उसके अंदर हम देख सकते हैं कि उसका रिजल्ट क्या आया, that we were able to basically curb these two diseases, that is the measles and rubella, and for this India has been recognized with this particular award, which is being given with the Measles and Rubella Champion Award given by Measles and Rubella Partnership at American Red Cross. And that is basically the important part that we should cover from the exam point of view. Moving on to the next question, the next important news article. The next article is first ever National Creators Award. तो जो भी हमारे innovative creators हैं and they are driving the positive change in the society through their creativity, so उनको यहाँ पर awards दिए गए हैं. And you can see here a lot many people. I believe कि आप सभी इस person को जरूर recognize करते होंगे. That is रणवीर अलाहाबादिया from the Beer Biceps. तो इनको भी award मिला है as the Disruptor of the Year Award. The name of the person is Ranveer Allahabadia for Beer Biceps. Similarly, we have some other awards across the 20 different categories, and total 23 winners have been included. I have not covered all the winners here. Some of the winners I have only quoted here, like Naman Deshmukh, which is the best creator in the education category. We have Aman Gupta in the Celebrity Creator of the Year. Best Storyteller was being given to Kirthika Govind Swami. Most Creative Creator, female Shraddha Jain, and most creative creator male, that is RJ Ronak. If you guys, अगर आप में से कोई रेड एफएम को सुनता है तो वहां पर एक बउआ नाम का एक कैरेक्टर है गाइस, जैसा हमने विकास बनाया था वैसे ही एक बउआ क्रिएटर है, दैट इज बेसिकली आरजे रौनक. ठीक है, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट अवार्डीज. देन वी हैव जया किशोरी फॉर द बेस्ट क्रिएटर ऑफ सोशल चेंज अवार्ड. वी हैव Malhar Kalambe for the स्वच्छता Ambassador Award. See guys, this kind of category is very important. हम स्वच्छता पे बहुत ज्यादा फोकस करते हैं. स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण अवार्ड्स को भी हमने रिसेंटली कवर किया था. Then we have Best International Creator Award, that is Drew Hicks, Kelly Paul and Cassandra May Spitman. Then we have New India Champion Award by Abhinandan. We have Best Creator in the Tech category, that is the Gaurav Chaudhary for the Technical Guruji. So guys, these are some awards that you should remember from the exam point of view. Now guys, we all know that yesterday it was the International Women's Day, and guys, International Women's Day is being celebrated every year on 8th of March, and this year the theme of the International Women's Day is Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress. That is the theme for International Women's Day 2024. Let me tell you that after 2 days there is another important day which is related to women only, which is being celebrated, and that day is International Day of Women Judges, which is being celebrated every year on 10th of March. And this year we are having a campaign on Women in Justice, Women for Justice, which is being conducted by the United Nations. These both of them are the United Nations days only. I hope this point is clear to all of you, and let's move on to the next news article. The next news article is on the Subash Abhinandan. So National Archives of India is basically celebrating 134th Foundation Day, and it was established on 11th of March in 1891 at Kolkata as the Imperial Record Department. तो वो अपना 134th Foundation Day celebrate करेंगे 11th of March को, and as the part of these celebrations, they have decided to conduct a digital exhibition of Subhash Abhinandan. ठीक है जी, सुभाष अभिनंदन. So guys, it is based on the life of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. ठीक है. Now there is a question for all of you. We have covered in the month of January that Parakram Divas हम celebrate करते हैं on the Jayanti of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Can you guys tell me on which date we celebrate the Parakram Divas? I am waiting for your responses in the chat box. We have already covered this particular part. We have covered the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Jayanti is being celebrated as the Parakram Divas. What is the date on which we celebrate this? The date on which we celebrate it on is 23rd of January. ठीक है जी. तो if you guys do not retain that particular part, do not worry about it. I have already told you. I can see some people who has given me the right answer. Vishal, Dhaval, Vrishali, Priyanshi, Padmini, Rajni, Shalini, all the people have given me the right answer. Well done, my dear friends. So now guys, we have covered all the important news articles, and now comes the most important part of the session, that is solving the MCQs. Just covering these current affairs is not at all important. You are also required to make sure that yes, you retain all the important part. But before moving on to this, I want to mention you guys a very important surprise is coming for all of you. That's अभी हमने last week we have conducted, me and Gurkira sir have conducted together a session of the revision session for the month of January 2024. Let me tell you that we received many mails and good comments from the people, and they demanded that yes, we also want a revision session for the month of February 2024 as well. So February 2024 गाइस, आप सभी ने कहा था कि इसको लेके आना, तो आज के दिन हम इस सेशन को कंडक्ट करेंगे एट 8 PM ऑन आवर यूट्यूब चैनल. सो डू नॉट फॉरगेट आज का सेशन, ये सेशन अटेंड करने के बाद डोंट फॉरगेट टू कम अगेन at 8 PM on our channel for February 2024. अगर आपने रिवीजन नहीं किया February 2024 का, तो आज के दिन आपकी रिवीजन हो जाएगी. So make sure that you will be coming for this particular session at 8 PM. ठीक है जी. So guys, let's move on to the very first question of the today's session, and the very first question is on the Unnati 2024 scheme. तो आपके सामने 3 statements है. You are required to go through them, identify the correct statement here. तो 3 statements है. Just try to focus on the keywords. We have already discussed that in the detailed manner. You can see here the numbers. Financial outlay is 10,037 crore. Operational time period है 10 years का. Statement number 2 is capital investment for the new and expanding units in zone A under circumstances where GST is not applicable is 30% and with the cap of 5 crore. Statement number 3 states जो scheme envisages the generating direct employment कितनी होनी थी? 83,000. Absolutely given right. So guys, what is the right answer? What is the right answer to the question number 1? Let me see who will tell me the right answer. So people are saying option B, that is 1 and 3 only. Absolutely right. So what is the incorrect part here? It should be 10 crore and not the 5 crore. That is why option B is the right answer, both 1 and 3. Another important question from the same scheme for all of you. So guys, please quickly identify the right answer. Analyzing the following statements, identify the statement which correctly reflect the scheme's features. So first statement is regarding the scheme differentiate districts in the zone A and zone B, which is absolutely right. Industrially advanced districts, industrially backward districts. Then we have central capital investment. Interest subvention 3% for zone A, 5% for zone B for both new and expanding units. I told you that interest subvention की बात की जाए, all the details are same for both, where the GST is applicable, where the GST is not applicable. That is why both of these statements are absolutely right. Third statement is micro enterprises are specifically mentioned in the scheme with P&M calculation including building construction and P&M cost for capital investment incentive. So what will be the right answer? Absolutely right. Option D is the right answer, as all the statements are absolutely right. Moving on to the next question. So next question is on the National Creator Awards. ठीक है, तो आपको go through करने इन 3 statements को, identify the right answer. तो which of the following statements correctly reflect the outcome of the National Creator Awards? First statement, Ranveer Allahabadiya Disruptor of the Year Award, absolutely right. Second statement, Best Creator in Education category, Naman Deshmukh थे, हमने इसको डिस्कस किया था. Third statement, Swachh Ambassador. I told you Swachhta Ambassador Award आपको कवर करना है, and it was being conferred upon Malhar Kalambe. Absolutely. So what is the right answer? Once again, the right answer is option D. All the people have given option D, and yes, it is the right answer. Moving on to the next question. So guys, observing the global efforts to honor and recognize the contribution of women, we celebrate 2 very important international days. And the next question is on the same part. So you have to go through these statements, identify कि कौन से statement correct है. तो पहली statement है International Women's Day 8th March को बनाते हैं, absolutely right. Second statement, International Women's Day theme is Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress, again right. Statement number 3, Campaign for International Day of Women, which is celebrated on 9th of March, is Women in Justice, Women for Justice. See guys, प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट यस यू आर रीडिंग दी स्टेटमेंट्स वेरी वेरी क्लियरली। ठीक है जी, तो आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कौन सी स्टेटमेंट्स करेक्ट हैं। एब्सोल्युटली ऑल द पीपल हैव गिवन मी द राइट आंसर। यहां पर इंस्टेड ऑफ 9th March इट शुड बी 10th March, and that is why the statement is incorrect. Right answer is option A. That is both 1 and 2 are correct. Moving on to the next question. So next question, which country has been honored with the Measles and Rubella Champion Award? A halwa question for all of you, and I want all of you to tell me the right answer. What is it? It is none other than India. That is option C. Option C is the right answer. And now guys, let's move on to the homework question. And here is the homework question once again from the Unnati scheme. After this session, kindly go back to this question and try to tell me the right answer in the comment section. आप सभी को इस question का answer correctly answer करना है कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर। ठीक है जी, तो पॉज कीजिएगा उस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन को एंड टेल मी द राइट आंसर्स इन द कमेंट सेक्शन। ओके, अब हम बात करते हैं होमवर्क क्वेश्चंस जो पिछले सेशन में दिए गए थे। देयर वर टू वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रिपोर्ट्स व्हिच आर बीइंग डिस्कस्ड। सो वन रिपोर्ट वाज स्टेट एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी इंडेक्स 2023। सो हियर गाइस फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन द राइट आंसर वाज ऑप्शन ए। तो आपको करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट आइडेंटिफाई करनी थी। ओनली स्टेटमेंट ए, ओनली स्टेटमेंट 1 इज करेक्ट हियर। ठीक है जी, moving on to the next important report, that is the Women Business and the Law Index 2024. Once again in this particular question you were required to identify the correct statement here, and for this particular question the right answer was option B, that statement number 1 and 3 are absolutely right. ठीक है, अगर हम बात करते हैं कि opinion score on safety it was not 75 guys, that is why it was 25 and that is why this particular statement is incorrect. So I believe कि आप सभी ने इन क्वेश्चंस का आंसर करेक्टली दिया होगा। ठीक है जी, और आज के होमवर्क क्वेश्चन का भी आंसर आपको देना है। एंड गाइस इफ यू आर स्टिल न्यू टू आवर YouTube चैनल, काइंडली सब्सक्राइब टू इट एंड प्रेस द बेल आइकन टू रिसीव ऑल द लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स ऑफ द कोर्सेज एंड वीडियोस ऑफर्ड बाय अस। एंड आज के सेशन की पीडीएफ को डाउनलोड करने के लिए आपको क्या करना है, यू आर जस्ट रिक्वायर्ड टू ज्वाइन आवर टेलीग्राम चैनल जिसका लिंक आपको मिलेगा सेशन की डिस्क्रिप्शन के अंदर। ठीक है जी, so this is the time for all of you to share your queries in the chat box and I will be resolving your queries. And if you're watching the recorded part of the session, do not worry, just feel free to raise your queries in the comment section, or you can also share your queries at hello@edutap.co.in. You can also call us at 8146207241. So my dear friends, a very important part, that is we have covered a very important scheme in a different manner today. If you just like that particular part, you can also mention about that in the comment section of this particular session, that whether you like this way of covering the scheme or not. ठीक है जी, तो स्कीम को हमने काफी डिटेल के अंदर कवर किया है and it was really very very important for you to cover this particular scheme. So in the initial part of the session there was a question from Aditi, that is this class regular? So Aditi, basically the CT 360 series we are conducting, and on every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday we are having this particular session of the CT 360 series. ठीक है जी, तो हर Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday को आप हमारे सेशन देख सकते हैं। We cover all the important news articles from that particular period of time जो हमने initially आपको dates के अंदर mention किया जाता है। ठीक है, so please share timing. So timing is always the same, that is 5 p.m. in the evening. So I can see here that there are no more queries in the chat box. So all the people are saying that yes, there are no more queries. So I think it is a good time to conclude this particular session. So it was really great to have all of you here on board for this particular session. It was really great to have all of you. We will be coming up in the next session, and do not forget to attend the 8 p.m. session for the February 2024, because we are going to revise all the important news articles for the month of February 2024 in this particular session. ठीक है जी, so definitely विशाल सिंह मिलते हैं सर, absolutely. So guys, thank you for joining us. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Wish you all happy learning.